Yes. Hari Om, Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvisha vahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam, Kamsachanuramardanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Samastajana Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. So we are in the ninth chapter. Ninth chapter simplifies the whole spiritual living. Is nothing mystical about spiritual living. There is a beautiful me which is, when free from mind, peaceful, loving, intelligent consciousness. This we feel every day in sleep. All our disturbances, agitations start after we wake up, because then the mind which was resting at the time of sleep comes back. So it is this mind that causes us agitations. What is this mind? Consciousness, when it sees an object, a thought is formed. Flow of thoughts is called mind. And since all objects are all connected with the objects, the experiences, since all of them are ever changing and finite, the very association with the objects and the objective world will always keep the mind agitated. And therefore, we do not experience this beautiful self. Therefore, what is needed is the mind takes the form of the object. So give the mind as an object this very consciousness itself. First, it has to recognize that this consciousness is the real me. Then it has to recognize this life principle in me, which is existence and consciousness, is the same in all. Therefore, I alone am there with different bodies hanging in me, like in one space, different walls hanging make it different rooms. I alone am there, inside me, outside me, everywhere. When this understanding comes, when the mind sees only yourself everywhere, the normal mind that divides and sees finite things, plurality and insecurity, ends in the vision and understanding of the true self. This is called meditation. This detaching from the false world of names and forms, dualistic world and hence insecure world, to recognize your real being, the consciousness, in which every different name and form is resting, like the waves and the bubbles resting in water or the ocean. This should be done. Therefore, ninth chapter says, this all, you see God in everything. Therefore, the fourth and fifth slokas, he said that whole world is pervaded by me in an unmanifest form. They are all in me. And in fact, he says, you cannot even say they are in me because they are not also different from me. I alone am there. You should recognize this, he says. And then he gives us an example how he is untouched by the dualistic world, though everything is happening in him. He gives the example of the sky. All movement of all beings and air is happening in the sky. But sky is not attached. Similarly, all the different names and forms, the entire dream world is moving in that consciousness. That consciousness is not affected by things that get associated with the consciousness. And he now tells us, seventh sloka, Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye Punastani Kalpadau Visurjamyaham Prakritim Swama Vishtabhya Visujami Punah Punaha Bhutagramamimam Krishnam Avasya Prakrushe Vashat. All beings, Sarva Bhutani, all beings, Kaunteya, Arjuna, Prakritim Yanti Mamakam. They take to my nature. When Kalpakshaye, at the end of Kalpa, I told you, Kalpa is 1004 yugas. We have 4 yugas, and 1000 of such is a day of the Creator. 1000 of such is the night for the Creator. Together it's called a kalpa. So during the night, the whole world rests in that eternal, blissful consciousness. During day, it projects. You don't have to struggle to understand this. Your world of all relationships starts when you wake up. Only when you wake up, your world starts. In sleep, you don't experience anything. Where did it go? All your world merged into you while you are sleeping. Because the entire world is nothing but a projection of the mind. So this world enters into you when you sleep and is projected when you get up. The same thing in the case of the Creator. In his day, in a night, everything enters into him. In his day, everything are thrown out. Only scale differs. Principle is the same. In our night, everything enters into us. In our day, everything is projected. Same thing. In his night, everything enters into him. In his day, everything is projected out. And what is the difference? You are a created product of that creator. You have no freedom. You are a victim of situations, whereas he is a master of this nature of creation and merging all the names and forms in him. That's the only difference. The difference is he is a master. He, out of his will, projects, and out of his will, takes back. You and I are victims of this mind, or victims of this mind. And he, Bhagavan, Nachamam Tani Karmani Nibadnamti Dhananjaya Udasina Vadasinam Asaktaha Teshu Karmasu. Bhagavan says, these actions, every day bringing forth creation, taking back unto oneself, Bhagavan says, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me at all. Because I am detached. I am detached. You are not detached, therefore you suffer. All good and bad things under the sky are illumined by the sun. All good and bad things under the sky are illumined by the sun. The sun is not affected by what he illumines. There can be a murder, there can be an yajna. Both are illumined by the sun. He is not affected by that. What is the point in talking about something which I cannot relate to my life? Your good thought is illumined to you by the consciousness. Your bad thought is illumined to you by the consciousness. The seeds of these good and bad thoughts were your past karmas. You cannot end them by other karmas, because whatever karmas you do, they have an ego, and therefore they will produce new seeds. What you can do? You can detach from this mind and be an observer, both good thought and bad thought, and say, whatever it is, whether it is a good thought or a bad thought, it belongs to the mind, not me. A good thought also is consciousness plus an object. A bad thought is also consciousness plus an object. All objects are changing. They are not finite. So what value I have either for a good thought or a bad thought? I rest in myself, peacefully, happily, detaching from good thoughts and bad thoughts. This is what you have to live. Otherwise, examples, giving any number of examples, sun, akasha, dream, you will only gather information. They won't help you. Every statement that is made, you must try to internalize. Then you will find this life is very beautiful. in spite of several challenges, because you have the freedom at any time to withdraw from the thoughts. All your so-called good, bad challenges, crises are only the products of the mind. When you detach from the mind, you are a blissful self. So you should be like sun, who in spite of illumining all that happens under him, you should also just be an observer of all that passes through you, the good and the bad. Bhagavan says, Udasinavati, I, as though indifferent. He's not indifferent. As though indifferent. Why as though, and why he is not? He is not indifferent because he loves all. He is not indifferent because he loves all. He cares for all. He can help everybody. He is doing it. Then why as though indifferent? Because you are not willing to see him. He is helpless. He is helping you. He is loving you. He is carrying you. Your mind is always extrovert. And he is helpless. Therefore, as though indifferent, he is witnessing. As though indifferent. Only thing you have to know is the very important statement I am making. There is none with you who never leaves you for a split second, either while you are living or when you left the body or when you take another body. Not for 1 second he leaves you. Nobody like that. Not your mother, not your father, not your wife. None like that. There is never a time when he is not with you. First statement. Second statement, if he is with you, he being all powerful, if only you know him and hold on to him, you will enjoy total bliss, ignoring the paltry joys and sorrows of the world. Why you should hold on to him? Because nobody loves you more than him. Third statement. Nobody knows what you want more than him. Fourth statement. Nobody cares for you more than him. Fifth statement. Last statement. Nobody provides for you what you need more than him. How can be so ungrateful not to recognize this Lord in you and be carried away by the paltry, filthy, ugly, fecal matter? How can you? So Bhagavat says, how he is not as though not concerned, how does he do? He gives an example which we are all familiar. Maya dhyachena prakrutihi suyate sacharacharam hetuna nena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. You know, the chairman of any board, he presides a meeting. He doesn't do anything. Everybody talks, he only sits there. He doesn't interfere. Same thing, in a state, several things are happening every minute. The king or the chief minister or the prime minister, they are not involved into the regular happenings. They are only involved with the totality, not with individual problems. They preside. Hence, Bhagavan also presides. What is meant by presiding and not getting involved? Everything is known to him. That is why he presides. When things are serious, when the board is not behaving properly, he has the power to dismantle the board and create a new board. So Bhagavan has this power, but he normally doesn't interfere. He allows everybody to grow in their own pace. He allows everybody to grow in their own pace. So therefore, he says, Mayadhyakshena, in my presiding, I as the president, this creation of the moving and not moving goes on. And therefore, this world revolves. How does your world revolve? Your day-to-day activity, your life. Exactly your vasanas, your inclinations, even without your active involvement, produce your world. Similarly, by the mere presence of the Lord, the total vasanas produce the world and take back the world. And people are so ungrateful, they do not recognize him. And even when they know him, avajananti mam modaha manushim tanumasritam param bhava majanantaha mama bhuta maheshwaram. Avajananti mam modaha manushim tanumasritam. It can have two meanings. They only take me to be an avatar, Krishna, Rama, and all that. They do not know this is also not my real nature. I have a different nature, which I said in the second chapter, 7th chapter, Bhagavan says. They do not know I have a nature that's beyond this manifest form of Bhagavan. That is one meaning. But there is a better meaning. I alone am there in all. These people don't recognize me. I alone am the essence of everything. I am the Lord of all. Why is he the Lord of all? Can you do something without the consciousness there? He is the Lord of your perceptions. If he is not there, you can't see, you can't hear, you can't taste, you can't smell, you can't touch. If he is not there, you can't move, you can't speak. Therefore, he is the Lord in you. So also is the Lord in all. If he is not there, the natural phenomena won't be behaving in a cosmic way. Everything in nature follow the rules. Wherever such rules are there is a rule maker and rule manager. And that is me. I am the one who controls everything. I am the one who gives you all that you need. If you recognize me, you are secure. What a sad thing. I am there in you all the time. You have no time to recognize me. I don't want anything from you, not even a thank you. But in your own interest and welfare, you recognize me, you are secure. But you are all the time lost in the world of names and forms. And there also, you don't recognize me to be the essence of all names and forms. Why do they do like this? Mogha sha mogha karmana mogha jnana vichetasaha rakshasi masurim chaiva prakritim mohinim smita. Mogha shaha, vainful hopes, vainful hopes. Mogha karmana, vainful actions. Mogha jnana, vainful knowledge. Vichetasaha, bereft of discrimination. Rakshashim asurim chaiva. Demonic and the Rakshasas are violent, cruel people. Asuri people are people merely attached to matter. There are four classifications amongst the evolved, other than the animals and plants and all that, or even stones. Amongst the evolved ones, humans, Rakshasas, Asuras, and Devas. Humans are the middle class who have the freedom to move into any one of these zones. They can be Devas, they can be Asuras, they can be Rakshasas. These people normally take recourse to Rakshasic Bhava and Asuric Bhava. Why? Deluded, thinking that they give them security and happiness. And therefore, all the time dreaming, this happens, I will be happy, that happens, I will be happy. Mogha asha, false hopes, false expectations. Mogha karmanaha, false actions. Because whatever you get in this world cannot give you freedom from pain, old age, worry, and death. It cannot give you freedom from pain, worry, old age, and death. And yet you think that is what they will give, and you are ignoring the one who is your own self-being. Therefore, he says, Moghasha, vain hopes, Mogha karmanaha, vain actions, Mogha jnana, vain knowledge. You know everything about everything in the world. But what you should know is this Lord. You do not know about him. You have all the worldly knowledge, but you do not know the Lord. Why? Because your mind is Rakshasic or Asuric. Rakshashim Asurum Chev, Prakritim Mohinim Sritaha, which deludes them. What is it? All the time you are only now talking about negative. No, I have to give you the contrast. All knowledge is gained through contrast. What is my purpose in doing this chapter? My purpose is what you are is your mind. What you think is your mind. What you think is with what you associate. What you think is what you associate. And what you think is the mind. What the mind is you. So I have mirrored your mind up to now. Now I am going to tell you how to change the structure of the mind. How do evolved people change this mind and experience the divinity? They go beyond these Rakshasic and Asuric bhavas, recognize the sattva, ultimately go beyond even the sattva. That is what they do. How? Mind is what it sees and what it thinks. So therefore, what all they think, what all they see, so that they see the God, the one, not the vainful, pluralistic, dualistic, finite world. So now what they do, he is going to tell us. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakriti masritaha bhajantyan bhajantyananya manasaha jnatva bhutadim avyayam mahatmanaha. Earlier people are Rakshasis and Asuri. These people are great souls, noble souls. Their heart, their personality expanded to accommodate all names and forms in them. And they, in contrast to the Rakshasi and Asuric Prakritis, Daivi Prakritimashritaha, take recourse to the divine mode, divine nature. Bhajanti, they seek me, they serve me, they worship me. Bhaja has three meanings. Seek through the intellect, worship through the mind, serve through the body. Ananya manaskaha, they have no other thought. Ananya, no other thought. They do not think they are different from me. Ananya. They have no other goal. Ananya. They have no other means. Ananya. So, Ananya Manasaha, with no other thought, Jnatva, having known me, the very origin of the bhutas, means all that come into being is called bhuta. Bhuta Adim, the very origin, Avyayam, imperishable. There is a beautiful suggestion here. They know me to be the very origin of the entire manifest world. If gold is the origin of all ornaments must be gold. If the entire world is a manifestation and derived from that Lord, the world should equally be divine. That is why he said earlier, they do not know me, bhutadim avyayam. They do not know me. I am the very source of all these beings. You have to see me only. If you see water in the wave and the bubble, you do not experience the birth and death of the wave and the bubble. If you are carried away by the names and forms of the waves and the bubbles, you experience birth and death. See, there is a limitation for me or anybody to explain, to talk. You cannot go on, but you have to think. Just listening is not enough. You have to reflect. You have to live. You have to reflect. You have to live. Moghasha, Mogha Karmanaha, Mogha Jnana Vichetasaha, Rakshasiim Asurim Chaiva, Prakritim Mohinim Sritaha, Mahatmanastu Mam Partha, Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha, Bhajantya Ananya Manasaha, Jnatva Bhutadim Abhyayam. So, and further what do they do? Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dhrudavratah namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. They all the time sing my glories, glorify me, continuously with a firm resolution that they should become one with me. They put forth effort. Namasyantascha, prostrating before me with devotion. Nitya Yukta, all the time aligning with me. Upasate, they worship me. Satatam kirtayantaha, all the time singing my glories. It's not bhajan. Bhajan means not that. Singing my glories, how? Not the bhajans that we sing alone. They're also good. Every action of you should talk about God. Every word that you speak should talk about God. When you work, people should feel there is a divinity in you. People should be able to recognize the divinity in you. That is called glorifying me all the time. And you should have a firm mind not to be carried away by small things. You should have a firm resolution. God is my priority. No barter for that. Namasyantescha mam bhaktya, prostrating. What is prostration? It's called sa asta anga namaskara. 8 limbs. It's not merely physical. Physical is only just to tune up. 5 angas, the sense organs, mind, intellect, and ego, together 8. All the 8 should fall at the feet of truth. That's called prostration. The feet always represent the truth because everything stands on the truth. So God, Guru, we worship feet because on that every edifice stands. So your sense organs, mind, intellect, and ego should fall at that feet. That means you recognize that glory and you surrender your individuality at that truth. That's called namaskara. This you should steadily do. Then your mind changes. When your mind changes, you become God. And some others. Jnana yajnena chapyenye yajanto mamupasate ekatvena prutatvena bahuda visvato mukham. Others worship me through Gnana Yajna. What is Gnana Yajna? What is an yajna? Offering something into a fire, invoking a deity for a particular results. Jnana Yajna, offering your ignorance into the fire of knowledge, invoking the Godhood. That is Jnana Yajna. Offering our ignorance into the fire of knowledge. How do you do it? Continuous reading and reflection. Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. That is Gnana Yajna. Continuous reading, reflecting. You see, reflection cannot take place if you are not regular in your studies. Only when you are regular in your studies, reflection also takes place. And only when you are reflected, you are doubt-free and get established in that truth. Jnana yajnena chapyenye yajanto mamupasate ekatvena prutatvena bhahuda visvato. They see me as one. They see me to be different. They see me to be multifaceted. All are true. As water, I am one. As the wave and the ocean, I am two. And the wave, the bubble, the foam, multiple, all are me only. Thus, they see this God alone. Aham kraturaham yajnaha swadaham aushadam mantrohamahame vajyam aham agniraham hutam aham I am the kratu sacrifice. Aham yajnaha, I am the yajna. Swadaham, I am the offering to the ancestors, what you offer at the time of Shraddha. Aham Aushadam, I am the medicine. Mantroham, I am the mantra. Aham Eva Ajyam, I am the one to be offered. Aham Agnihi, I am the fire. I am the very offering, Hutam. This is the reflection of what we did in the fourth chapter. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagnau, Brahmanahutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. So, in all our actions, make them into yajnas, and in them discover all the offered, the offerer, the receiver, the mantras, the fire, all are different manifestations of that one God. Pitahamasya jagataha mata dhata pitamaha pavitramung vedyam pavitramongkara ruksamayadurevasa. I am the father, I am the mother, I am the sustainer, I am the grandfather. You should only know me as Omkara, Pavitram, that which purifies. How Omkara purifies, how God purifies. Impurities are because of agitations. Agitations are because of seeing duality. When you see God alone everywhere, there is no duality, there are no agitations, hence purified. Ruksama Yajurevacha. I am the very essence in all the Vedas. Rukveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda, etc. I am the very essence. Gatir Bhatta Prabhu Sakshi Nivashasharanam Suhrute Prabhava Pralayasthanam Nidanam Bijam Avyayam. I am the goal. I am the supporter. I am the witness. I am the shelter. I am your best friend. I am the origin. I am the dissolution. I am the one in which everything stays. Nidhanam, the treasure house. Bijam Avyayam, I am the imperishable seed. See, we should not, like parrot, go on repeating this. What does it mean? It means all manifestations that you see, including your father, your mother, the one who sees your mind, the one who governs everything, the one who gives you peace as the abode, from whom everything comes, in whom everything stays, into whom everything goes. You should recognize that. Who is that? Your consciousness. All your thoughts which make the world rise from the consciousness. All your thoughts which make the world rest in your consciousness. All your thoughts which take back the names and forms in sleep is this consciousness. This consciousness exists. Therefore, it is existence and consciousness. This existence consciousness is the same in all. They are not different. So you have to see these to be your essence and the essence of all. Then your mind loses feeling of duality, insecurity, agitations. There is only love for all. And you become divine. That is the purpose of all these slokas. If you miss that main purpose, you are only going to repeat like a parrot. The blessing is less. And what more I do? How am I more important? Tapam yaham varsham nigruhnyam usrujamicha amrutam chaiva mrutyuscha sadasachaham arjuna. Tapami aham. I give the heat. Without heat, you have no rains. Without heat, the fruits don't ripen. You need food. Food comes from water. Water comes from rain. Rain comes from the clouds. Clouds are formed by the heat. So I am that one. And then what I do? I control the rain itself, when you should get it, when you should not get it. What does this mean? I am the one who manages all your needs. Rain is the conducive atmosphere. I am the one who know what you want, the rain. I give and I hold, I take back. So you recognize me. I give, I hold back, I take it back. I hold and take it back. Tapami aham varsham. Nigruhnami usrujamacha. Amrutam chaiva mrityuscha. I alone am the immortality and death. I am alone, the essence of the wave that is mortal. I am alone, the essence of the ocean that is immortal. These are all concepts only. Sat, asat, sat, existence, asat, non-existence, both are me. Wave exists because of water. Wave dissolved, water is there. And therefore, there is nothing other than me. Who am I? Pure, eternal, blissful, conscious existence, your own self. Recognize that and be God. Do not all the time be unnecessarily wasting your mind in insecurities and worries. Gurudev says these anxieties and worries are mere bubbles. Even the threats and daggers from them are sent by the all-loving Lord. Somehow hold on, is what Gurudev says. And not knowing this, me to be the essence of everything, me to be the protector, the giver of everything, me to be the very essence of you. You go on hunting me in all karmas, in several pursuits, including the rituals, thinking that if I do this, I will get that. I will do this yajna, I will do this yaga, I will do this puja. I will get immortality. People have such wrong notions. So he says, Traividyamam somapaha utapapaha yagnaihi istva swargatim prardhayante te punyamasadya surendra lokam asnanti divyan divideva bhogan te tam bhuktva swargalokam vishanam chine punye matyalokam vishanti evam trayi dharma manu prapanna gatagatam kama kama labhante. An average person, when he thinks after death, even liberation, moksha, he only thinks it is swarga. An average person thinks swarga is the highest goal. And for that, swarga, they do punya karmas. To gaining that swarga, they do punya karmas. So, he says, Traividya mam somapaha putapapaha yagnaihi istva swargatim prarthayanti. For swarga, they do all yagnas, istas and all that, and they get punya out of that. Having got that, they enjoy that state of pleasures. But that's not eternal. You enjoy a holiday as long as there is money in the pocket. The moment the money is over, you return back home. So also, you go to Swarga, as long as the punya you have earned, you will be there. The next minute, you will be thrown down. That's not a permanent thing. That's not a permanent thing. And when you are thrown down, it's worse than a hell. So this Swarga and all that, intelligent people should not go after them. Because Tetam Bhuktva Swarga Lokam, where they having enjoyed the Chine Punye, after the Punya is exhausted, Martya Lokam, this mortal world, they again come back. And thus, Evam Trayi Dharmam Manu Evam Trayi Dharmam Anuprapanna. People take recourse to these karmas which are in the fold of gunas, sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. Gatagatam kama kama labhante. They have their desires fulfilled through the process of going and coming, going and coming, going and coming. There is no peace in that. There is no eternal immortality experienced in that. So, because you see, you must remember the chapter. First, he said about the average people lost in the world, the Rakshasi Asuri. Then he talked about the Daivi Sampati. And now he says, even in this Daivi Sampati, people who are seeking me for Swarga and all that, that's also finite. That's also finite. So what you should do? Next sloka, very famous sloka, all of you must have heard it in a number of times. Ananya chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate nityesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Ananyaha chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate. Those who continuously worship me, seek me, serve me, Ananya, without any other thought, without a difference between me and them, without a difference between the goal and me. That type of total involvement and commitment, whoever holistically seeks me, pari, whenever it is used, it is a meaning, it's a higher pursuit. Upasate, they worship me. Tesham, those people. Nityabhayuktanam, people who are completely tuned to me, and self-control. For them, yoga, kshema, vahamyaham. All our worries are because of these two things. Worrying about things that I don't have, so I should get it. Worrying about protecting what I got. These are the two thoughts that cause all our agitations. Gaining what you don't have. Apraptasya praptihi. And that's called yoga. Gaining what you don't have. Apraptasya praptihi. Kshema. Praptasya rakshanam. Protecting what you have got. These are the two things where we allow the mind to be dissipated and to miss the Godhood. God says, if you are aligned with me, don't worry, who will take care of my duties? Who will take care of my responsibilities? Who will protect my family? Bhagavan says, I will do it. But your experience might have shown it is the devotees that suffer more. Bhagavan says, I will take, but experience doesn't guarantee that. That is because you have only your concepts. This is necessary, that is not necessary. Bhagavan knows exactly what is good for you and he gives. That is why he says, your judgments, this is good, I should have it. This is good, I should protect it, may not be good for you. I know what is good for you. You think of me all the time. By that, your It's not a favor to me. I am not a beggar. I don't want to think of me and I bless you. No, in your interest. When you think of the finite world, your mind is agitated. When you think of me, your mind is in happiness and love. Therefore, you continuously think of me and I take care of your needs, yoga and kshema. Also, when you are continuously thinking of God, you have no value for these worldly things. Therefore, the very need for yoga and kshema drop down. The very need for yoga and kshema drop down. So that's why this verse is a very famous verse. Ananyas chintayantu mam ye janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktana yoga kshemam vahamyaham. I shall take care of their yoga and kshema. And why should you not? Because you are worshipping so many deities directly. Lakshmi, Saraswati, Vishnu, Shiva, Muruga, you are doing it. That's also right. Navagrahas, okay. Munishwara, beautiful. Several gods you are worshipping. Direct, okay. Indirectly, your God is money. Your God is power. Your God is enjoyment. That also you are seeking. Bhagavan says, all are me. The gods that you worship as Lakshmi, Saraswati, Kubera, Yaksha, Rakshasa, all the gods are me only. And all the happiness that you are seeking through money, power, etc., that's also me. Instead of directly coming to me, you are taking a circuitous route. You did not know in Delhi, in the secretariat, your uncle is the chief officer. Not knowing that, you go to the peon, bribe him, go to the lower divisional clerk, bribe him, upper, what a waste of thing. You should have known, I am the uncle, I am the chief. That's what God says. Why are you loitering here and there and suffer? They are all my forms. Why don't you directly come to me? That's what he says. Yepyanya devata bhakta ijante sriddhayanvitaha tepi mameva kaunteya ijantya vidhipurvakam avidhipurvakam. In a wrong way, circuitous way, they only worship me in all other forms also. Why? Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natuma mabhijananti tatvena taschavanti te. Who is the doer of all yajnas, consciousness? Who receives all the phalas, karma phalas, consciousness? Who supports all the activity, consciousness? Right? And I am the Lord. Means I control the action. Several people, their yajnas and yagas and pujas could not be finished. I control the results too. And when you do not know me, depend on only secondary things, they being finite, you will slip down from the so-called joy that you get from that action. When you know me, you will never slip down. You will never slip down. And I am all. If you do not know what will happen, yanti deva pratam devan pitrun yanti pitru prataha bhutani yanti ma bhutejyaha yanti madhya jinopi mam. Mind is the man, mind is what it thinks. If you think of all the time devas, gods, also the powers in you, the power to see, the power to hear, they are also devas. If you're all the time depending on sense perceptions or outside devas, you will go to that because that's what you were seeking. And if you are all the time thinking of the family, responsibilities, tradition, continuing the family, you will get that. Pitrunayanti pitruvrataha. Bhutanayanti bhutejya. People who quote bhutas means elements. Gurudev says scientists. Scientists who are all the time doing research in elements, they will go to those worlds. Whatever you are seeking, to that world you go. World is field of experience, not first floor, second floor. If you are devas, that is, you are quoting devas, you like music, you will be in the world of musicians. You will be in the world of dancers. Similarly, maintaining family traditions, you will be in that world. If you are a scientist, you will be in the world of people doing research in elements. And if you are seeking me, yanti madhyaji naha apimam, people who seek me will come to me. What you seek is your mind. What your mind is, you. Do not waste your time and energy in paltry, finite things. Seek me directly. I am ever there in your heart. Just turn your attention from the outside world to me. Feel my presence. What happens in the outside world? Birth, death, pain, comfort cannot affect you when you recognize me. Oh, you are such a big man. How can I afford you? Even ordinary people, we cannot even see. PA to minister, we can't see. An IAS officer, we cannot see. You say you are all this, how will I see you? It's so simple, he says. Patram pushpam palam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktyupahartam asnami prayatatmanaha. The simplest is to know me and come to me. Why? What you seek is your mind. For your mind to seek me. For your mind to seek me. Try to give some offering so that mind goes to that. What offering? Nothing, no costly things. Patram. Pick up a leaf in my own garden. Pick up a flower in my own garden. Just pour 2 drops of water. But do all that with total devotion and love. I shall receive them happily, enjoy, and bless you. Patram. Satyabhama put all the jewels in her pride that I can weigh Bhagavan. She could not fill the jewels to the weight of Bhagavan. Rukmani put a tulsi leaf. Bhagavan's thing came down. A tulsi leaf, right, is more powerful than all our wealth. Patram, Pushpam, Gajendra, right? Narayana, Akhila Guru, Bhagavan, Namaste. Lotus, Gajendra. Toyam, Akrura. All these people gave and had darshan of Bhagavan. But what was important? Your devotion while giving, your love while giving. Gurudev says, the flower, the leaf, the water, convey your love. I take the love and return the flower, fruit, leaf, and water. I don't take it. That's why we all offer so many naivedyas to Bhagavan, because he doesn't take it. You know safely you will get back. Bhagavan says, I take your love only from them. They are the spoons. Patram pushpam palam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadapahrutam ashnami prayatatmanaha. That which is given by a pure-minded man, I take it. And I am happy. When I am happy, the whole world is happy. You are blessed. And now to think of me all the time and to become me, because the mind is you, What should you do? Yet karoshi, yad ashnashi, yad juhoshi, yad dadasi, yat tat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushra madarpanam. You are continuously doing something. Understand all our actions are to bring out your vasanas so that God reveals in you. So all our actions are offered for that purpose. Yet karoshi, yad ashnashi. You are enjoying food. You are enjoying forms in the eyes. Food for eyes is the forms. Food for ears is the sound. All this food, you understand, you are only offering to recognize the Lord that receives them. Yadashnashi. Yet Juhoshi, whatever you offer, give it to me. When you take a morsel of food, just 1 second think, I am offering to Bhagavan. Yet Juhoshi, yet tapasyasi, whatever disciplines you follow, you should remember that this all to reach him. Matarpanam, they offer all those actions to me. Means what? You don't have to do anything different. Whatever you are acting, understand these actions is to know God. These enjoyments is to know God. These disciplines are to know God. You don't have to change your life. In all of them, know all of them to be for the sake of God. And you may get a doubt because he says, you do this, I am happy, I will do this, I will do that. He says, no, it's not true. Shubha Shubha Palairevam Mukshase Karma Bandhanai Sanyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mamu Paishyas. It's not true. I am partial. By choosing me, you drop your values for the relative world, the good and bad, the comfort and pain. You have no value. They are called the mind and the ego. When you drop them, you are freed from all the bondages that reactions can bring. You are not bound by them. You have detached from them. You have detached and attached to God. Sannyasa yoga. Sannyasa detached from those outside world. Yoga attached to God. Abhyasa vairagya, this is called meditation. Sannyasa yoga yuktatma. Vimuktaha, freed once for all. Muktaha, freed. Vimuktaha, totally freed. Mam upaishyasi, he will gain me. He will gain me. And I am same to all. Samoham sarvabhuteshu. Name dveshyosti napriyaha. Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya. Mayite teshu chapyaham. I have no difference. All are same to me. But whoever seeks me finds me. It's not my fault. Whoever seeks me, they will find me in them and themselves in me. Whoever seeks me will find me in them and themselves in me because all are existence consciousness. I am not partial. Sri Shankaracharya gives a lovely example. In winter, there is a fireplace in the corner. If somebody goes near it, they will be protected from winter. If they don't go, they can't complain that this fire blesses only those who go nearer. What can the fire do? Same thing Bhagavan says. You choose me, you will get me. You don't choose me, you won't get. I am helpless. I am helpless. And if you choose me, what will happen? Apiche suduracharaha bhajate mamananyabhak sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hi saha. Duracharaha, bad conduct. Suduracharaha, extremely bad conduct. PhD in bad conduct. Bhajate mam ananyabhak. If he worships me without any other thought, without any other goal, without any other dependence. Sadhurevi mantavyaha. If he had done any number of crimes earlier, now for him I am the only thing. he should be treated as a sadhu because he has changed his course. Samyak vyavasito hisaha. He has taken a resolution. For him, the relative world of Shubha, Ashubha, Punya, Papa no more exists. And therefore, he is a sadhu. He has gone beyond the mind. You should treat him like that. Otherwise, what will happen? Remember the 4th chapter. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam. To protect the sadhus, I shall come, and to destroy the evil people. So he should treat him as a sadhu. And what happens to that so-called bad man and now taken to God? Chipram bhavate dharmatma shashvat chantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanehi name bhakta pranashi. This dharmatma, now the person who has taken to the righteousness, Chipram bhavati, he becomes embedded to the dharma quickly, instantly. He becomes a dharmatma. And by that, shashvat chantim, permanent peace, nigacchati, he attains. And Kaunteya, Arjuna, go and declare to the world, Name bhakta pranashyati, my devotee shall never come to grief, is never destroyed. Oh, we see all devotees suffering. That is intermediary things, necessary treatments. They are not destroyed totally. Nashyati, temporary loss. Pranashyati, total loss. They need certain experiences, they get it. But they are not totally lost, never lost. So therefore, na pranashyati, they are not totally lost. My devotee, Arjuna, go and tell the world, if they seek me, they are never totally lost. And if people, whatever may be their condition, if they seek me, they have gone beyond the dream world, they have gone beyond the duality, they have gone beyond the names and forms and become Mahatmas. Mam hi partha vyapasritya yepi syuh papa yonayaha sriyo vaishyastata shutraha te piyanti param gatim. Mam hi partha vyapasritya, depending on me, yepi syuh papa yonaya, people born of sinful wombs, striyaha, ladies, vaishyaha, business people, tata shudraha, the serving class, even they go to the highest. Why? Stri you say Papa Yoni, Vaishya Papa Yoni. In Vedanta and Geetha, it is not the physical male or female, physical Vaishya or not. It is the quality. Ladies are supposed to be attached. Even people who have extreme attachment, Vaishya, people who are attached to material world, Shudraha, who are little dull, even they, when they take to me, they reach the highest. So therefore, nobody is excluded. The purpose is not to differentiate and tell you you are inferior, superior. The purpose is to tell everybody is eligible. That is the purpose. And when I said three Vaishya Shudra, they also will get the higher. What to talk about the most sattvic and clean Brahmanas? Kim punar Brahmana punya bhakta rajashreyastata anityam asakam lokam imam prapya bhajasvama. What to talk about? Raja Rishis, Rajas and Rishis also. Brahmanas, thinkers, sattvic people. And therefore, Arjuna, anityam asakam lokam, having come to this world, which is anityam, impermanent, asukam, there is no happiness here. Seek me, bhajasvamam, seek me, that is the only solution. Seek me. Bhagavan is pleading with you. Pleading with you. How to seek Bhagavan? Manmana bhava madbhakta madhyadi mam namaskuru mame vaishvasi yuktva yenam atmanam matparayanaha. Mind is the man. Your mind is divine, you are God. So, manmana bhava, let your mind be always preoccupied with me. Mad bhakta, my devotee. Madhyaji, who does all their actions for me. Namaskuru, surrender, drop your ego at my altar. Then, Mam eva yeshasi, you shall reach me only. Do you have any practical example? Yes. In the night when you go to bed, you have dropped your mind, you have dropped your intellect, you have dropped your ego, you have reached the pure consciousness in sleep. Same thing. Mameva yeshyasi, yuktva, having tuned to me, atmanam, yourself, mat parayanaha, keeping me as the goal. You will reach me only. So seek me. Do not go after these material things. Bhagavan simplifies the whole thing. All that you have to do is manmana bhava. Let your mind be preoccupied with me. Mad bhaktaha, devoted to me. Madhyaji, let all your actions be done to me. Mam namaskuru, surrender to me. I shall take off all your negative things and you shall discover your God. That is the simple technique of 9th chapter. Yet, we will have problems in day-to-day life. How to all the time think of God, how to see God all the time. 10th and 11th chapters. How to see God in all is 10th chapter. How to see all in God is 11th chapter. Okay, we shall see next Tuesday. Thank you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. One or two people I see, they come little late to the class. My class